Hi everyone, this is Kyle with K-Debate. Something interesting happened yesterday, which was Donald Trump issued an apology for something that he's done. This is new. I've never seen him do this before. It was not a very good apology, though. It wasn't real. It was fabricated. The first one wasn't an actual apology at all. He said, "Sorry, you were offended." Well, at the same time, trying to say that what he did wasn't wrong. It was all in the same grouping. It was not an actual apology. What I did wasn't that bad. Somebody else did something worse. I'm sorry you were offended. None of that equates to an apology. Later, he issued a video apology that was scripted. I don't believe that he actually meant any of it. And again, I've said before that he's never being held accountable for anything. He won't allow anyone to hold him accountable for anything. And this is the first instance where I've seen it happen. So it requires a sex scandal of him being caught openly boasting about sexually assaulting women uh, everywhere. Like he's saying that that was fun, that was something he does, and openly saying that if you're famous, you're allowed to do this. And he was talking to somebody that was kind of famous, so he's pretty much giving that person the okay to sexually assault women, and it's just totally morally like, what is that? When somebody just says that, who does that? I do know some people, but they're the worst kind of people in the world. So when I said before that I hated Donald Trump and Hillary, and that the levels were just different, like Hillary, she's corrupt, she's a liar, she's pandering for more power and whatnot, but at least she's held accountable for most of the stuff that she can get stuck onto her. But that we can get stuck onto her through investigation and allegations of people reporting her and stuff like that. Trump, this is the first time anything's really stuck. He's admitted to bribing politicians for favors. He's admitted to fraud. He's said he's smart for potentially evading taxes. That last one, there's no real, like, he said it was smart that he didn't pay taxes, and it's been insinuated that it was probably legal, but at the same time, just because it's probably legal doesn't mean it's moral, and he's slammed other people for not paying taxes for the same kind of reasons. So that particular one is kind of a hit or miss on whether it was the same level of, just breaking the law and deserving to go to jail for several decades. But when I look at all of this combined, all of this behavior over and over and over again of never being held accountable for anything, and then finally somebody himself, pretty much, messes him up. And now his immediate response was, "I didn't do anything wrong." And when that didn't work, he had to issue a scripted apology, which in the apology, for some reason, also has an attack on Hillary, which I don't understand why that's there in a scripted apology. But I don't believe that's him. Like, the apology's not him. So, well, I do give him, credit for finally, after being, the worst human you can be, saying, "I'm kind of sorry." I'll give him credit for that. But that doesn't mean it's real. It doesn't mean it's valid. It doesn't mean it means anything. He's saying it because if he didn't say it, then people are going to be even more outraged, because they were more outraged at his first statement, that what the fake not apology, that was blaming somebody else for being worse than him. He pretty much said all men are pigs. So what I did wasn't that bad. You're just thin-skinned. And that kind of insult in the face of scandal is so blatantly immoral, so blatantly. And here's the thing: there's so many buzzwords related to this: character, integrity, your temperament, all of those things. I hate those because they're used so often right now to try and discredit them. He broke the law. He is a sexual predator. Hillary, you can say her judgment calls were bad and they resulted in people's deaths. You can say her morals are ambiguous and she is out for herself at the expense of others. You can say that her husband was a sexual predator. You can say all of those things and have at least levels of truth to them. Trump is a sexual predator. He has admitted to joyfully being a sexual predator, of sexually assaulting women, and was pretty much explaining how others can do it. And that's just one thing he said. We know as a people that that's the stuff he does. He's constantly judging women. He's constantly attacking his opponents. He's constantly skirting the law and just saying, you can't catch me. And when you do catch him, he's like, it's not so bad. Screw all of you. So I am legitimately bothered by this. Significantly bothered by this. It's not the kind of, and here's the buzzwords again. It's not the kind of person you want in power. It's not the temperament of the person you want in charge of the nukes and all those other things. He has commented in the past that if harassed, our boats should shoot the other boats out of the water, even if it's an escalation of force, deadly force versus harassment. He's commented that we should take the oil from Iraq because it's ours. We deserve it. Other countries should pay us restitution. Other countries should pay us because they're not being fair to us, without any argument of why they're not being fair to us. And it's all of these things put together are just he's unaware. He's just completely delusional. He has no idea of how people work. He's outside of reality. He's in his own reality, where he's allowed to do whatever he wants, say whatever he wants, do whatever he wants, as long as he thinks it's right in his world. So nothing he does can be wrong. And that apology was just him cramming all of this stuff into you know what? I kind of regret that. Regret that he got caught. And that's as far as I see it as being truthful. And I was just arguing with someone just now who is still defending, he was a friend of mine. Well, I wouldn't say friend, I would say acquaintance. And, I always thought he was kind of a cool person. He was always very energetic and charismatic, and he was nice, and he always had a bit of a temper, but some people do. I mean, I'm not going to push him down for that. But then he said he wants Trump to win because Hillary murders people. And when I asked him about that, he linked me to a thing about how Hillary was getting rapists out of jail, and and saying that Hillary knew that person was a rapist, and she just didn't care. And I didn't understand the reason behind it, but if that's true, sure, she should go to jail. It was not deemed true, so I don't understand what that was about. But we were talking about Trump. We were saying, well, Trump should be in jail, or Trump should be investigated, or Trump should be this or that for these things that he has just found out to be, an admittance of guilt of sexually assaulting women. And he just kept bringing up Hillary over and over again. Hillary's evil. Hillary's, pretty much the daughter of Satan. And I wasn't talking about that. None of us were talking about that. Whenever somebody, it's an apologetic kind of thing. It's like, who's the lesser of two evils? Trump. He kept saying Trump was being unfairly treated by the media. This is true. This is he said it was like a conspiracy where the Hillary campaign had the tape and they were just waiting to release it. And maybe that's true, but I don't even care at this point. Trump is a sexual predator. What does that have to do with how the tape got found, who found it, why it was released? If it's, just release all of it. If you have it, just release all of it. I don't care about all of this political BS, this media distrust that, yeah, it's true, but no, it's true. There is no but to it. The context is important. There was so much context to that. There was so much blatant disregard for moral anything. He was admitting to it. He was boasting about it. He was very clear about what he did and what he tried to do and what his personality was doing. And it's just all of it put together. And then you have apologetic people that are just saying, he wasn't that bad. I still support him because Hillary's Satan. And it's like, well, why? Why is Hillary Satan? Why do you hate her so much? Turns out he just hates the establishment. He hates Hillary because she represents the establishment, and he's just filled his head with all of these ideas that, the right-wing media, which also exists, in just like the left-wing media also exists and throws their stuff in the pile. But he just believes all of the things that are said about Hillary, and just she knew that guy was a child molester, and she just wanted him out of prison, so she did it. She knew Bill was raping women, and you know what? Screw those women. They're the problem, and just all of this idea that no, maybe that's not true. No, that's not in his head. It has to be true because I can't support the government. And because Trump is anti-government, he's got to be the only one that can save the country from the spawns of Satan, which is Obama and Hillary. And Bill, apparently, even though he's not running. But I look at all of this. I look at the hypocrisy. You see, okay, yeah. Trump admitted to being a sexual predator, preying on women, molesting women, and then they turn around and it's like, well, you know what? Bill molested women. He should be punished, and Hillary should be punished for not doing more against that. But Trump shouldn't be prosecuted at all. Trump's perfectly in line with what's okay. That's what they're doing. And when I same breath, Trump's first apology. What I did wasn't wrong. Bill's done worse. I'm not sorry. And second apology, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Hillary's going to destroy the world. And same breaths. The person I was talking to, Trump can do no wrong. What he did wasn't that bad. The media's biased. The media scummed this up from nowhere. It's too long ago. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. Bill is a predator. What? It's just, you can't have both. You can't have that Trump's a predator, but it wasn't that bad. It was so long ago. Bill's a predator, even though it was longer ago. And yeah, he was impeached. They tried to impeach him. There was a big scandal around that. And you say Trump doesn't deserve that. It's unfair media bias. He admitted it. He admitted to doing it. He admitted to crimes against women. These are not victimless crimes. This is not stealing candy from a candy bowl or stealing hedge funds from a business or screwing over a whole bunch of college students out of an education. That has victims too. We're talking about somebody that one-on-one molested women. He did it to this person. Multiple people. Unapologetically, gleefully. I see that as a very different thing than having poor judgment and having problems. And that's how I see Hillary. She's an idiot. But I would rather have an idiot than an evil person that... My last video explained it, that if he had power, he would use it. And what he wants is for people to be silent against him. And that's what he's trying to do with this new thing. It wasn't that bad. You're wrong for being offended. And it's just over and over and over and over. I'll give him credit. He apologized. Fake apology, just like Hillary. Put him on a new level. His bar's still lower because it took significantly more for them to get him to do it. But they're there. He now has a bar of what he's willing to apologize for. And that's sexually assaulting women and getting caught. Not about doing it. He's not sorry for doing it. He's sorry for getting caught. And same with Hillary. She's not really sorry that she scams people or that she makes bad decisions or that she supported things that she shouldn't have. She's not sorry. She's sorry she got caught. They're both sorry for they got caught. Why are you supporting one above the other when one is not only worse, they're doing the same thing, just one is worse? So, I have a pretty big problem with this. And I understand why people are so angry and why people just don't care. Like, they're angry and they don't care because it's like, I'm really, really mad about this, but I'm not going to do anything to fix it. I understand that. It is so frustrating. I mean, even the people that dedicate their time to these foundations, to helping them, succeed, they're all being screwed because the leaders are all messing up. I spent 400 hours this year just volunteering for this thing. Oh, there's another sex scandal. All my work's gone. And so supporting people's hard because they're terrible. It's like you're throwing your money into this pit and hoping it doesn't catch on fire. And the other people are just throwing coal onto it, just waiting for that spark. And it's a mess. I hate both of them so much. And the only good thing I see about this is that Hillary has to do good things. Like, if she messes up, she's going to be torn in pieces. Trump's not. He's just not going to care. He's going to try to silence everybody. And it's just so bad. It's so bad. And that's it. I'm not even going to talk about this right now. I'm legitimately extremely agitated by this. And it's actually, like, I laugh when I'm like this because it's so bad. And I hate making a lot of videos that are on something that's, like, really conflicting and contradictory and inflammatory. And I hate making videos like that. But this is so egregiously bad. And it plays right off of my last video. That's why I'm making 2 of them in a row. I just made my video yesterday before all this stuff came out. Or maybe it already came out and I didn't see it. But I made it fairly early, but I was just like, what the heck is going on? And actually, did I make my video 2 days ago? I don't even remember now. But I'm just going to end this video here. I hope it was entertaining. Hope it was fun. Hope it was informative. Hope it got somebody to think about something. I don't even care about either of these candidates. I really, really don't care. But Trump should be in prison right now. He's admitted to sexually assaulting women. That's a crime. Hillary probably should be in there too. But I don't know. I'm going to end this video here. Peace.